Dang, it's like that, bro. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? You ever tell your dog to sit and he just stares at you like he just did and acted like your best friend that owed you 20 bucks for 3 months and just completely ghosts you? Yeah, I feel it. I'm the ghetto Cesar Millan, straight out the streets of Akron. I'm gonna teach you guys how to teach your dog to sit in like 6 minutes. Sit, stay, any environment, any distraction. You want a really good dog? This is a great video for you, okay? So check this out, watch this video. You're gonna be better because of it, and you might learn a thing or two. Stay to the end. I got some cool tips for you guys. Let's get started. B-roll, 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 B-roll. Dude! Oh, hey, what's up, guys? I suppose you're here because you want to teach your dog how to sit. I guess I'm the teacher. So let's get started. What do I mean by sit? Here's what I mean, okay? Too many people, they tell their dogs to sit and their dog just like ignores them or just does whatever. Okay, that's a problem. But also a lot of people tell their dog to sit and their dog sits and then bam, the dog goes and like chases squirrels, okay? So here's what I mean by sit. What sit means to me is one, I want the dog to put the butt on the ground. But two, I want the dog to understand that if I say sit, it just means to sit. Literally sit until I release you. All right, so sit means sit until I release the dog. And it doesn't mean sit and then get up and just go take off. Capiche? Got it? Cool, let's do it. All right, so you got two ways to teach sit. Way number one, food luring. What is food luring? I'll show you. Food luring is where you get some food, you put it in your hand, and you teach the dog to follow the food in your hand. Preferably something that the dog really enjoys, something that probably smells so bad that it feels like it should be banned in a couple countries. Yeah, that kind of food. You have it in your hand, and you can lure the dog into different positions. Like right now, I just lured him into the heel position, right? So if I have the dog in front of me, if I lift up, the head goes up, gravity brings the dog's butt down. What does that look like? That's a sit. So you can use food to lure a dog into different positions. But now I want to teach dogs the English language. They don't speak the English language. So here's how you do it. Here's how to use food luring to teach the sit command. In this case, I'm going to show you real quick the mistake that everybody makes. It's really crucial that you don't make this mistake because your dog will never learn the word. So what everybody wants to do is they want to move at the same time they say the word. They want to go sit. That's wrong. You want to say the word first, give the dog 2 seconds to process, and then you move. So it would look like this. Sit, 1, 2, then I move, the dog's in a sit. You don't actually have to say 1, 2, but when you're saying your word, I want you to give me 2 Mississippis in your head before you move. So I'm going to show you. In this case, he already knows the word sit. So on this piece of kibble, we got 2 different words, random words that we're going to use. Let's see. Pizza. Cool. So we're going to use the word pizza. So what this is going to look like is I'm going to say pizza, 1, 2, then I'm going to move. Yes. Good. Give your dog a chance. Give your dog a little bit of time to do it in the beginning. Your dog might struggle a little bit to figure out what you want. So again, pizza, 1, 2, then I move. Yes. What I'm doing when he sits though, the moment the butt hits the ground, I'm saying yes. What that is a reward marker. I'm telling him that you're correct and you can come to me. Food goes in the mouth, happy dog. All right, so let's do that again. Come here, dude. But it's important that your hands are like at your side. You're not giving any body language. You're saying pizza, then you're moving. Yes, then I'm moving. You see that? Every time I say a word, I'm saying pizza, 1, 2, then I'm moving. Dog's butt hits the ground the moment it does. Yes, 1, 2, then I'm moving. All right? There's a delay between your word and your movement. It has to be this way. Pizza, 1, 2. Yes, 1, 2. See that? Pizza. 1, 2. Yes. Oh, good. Good job. Pizza. 1, 2. Yes. See that, guys? That's how you do it. Pizza. 1, 2. Yes. 1, 2. Boom. Good job. So that's option number 1. Food luring. Teaching a dog to follow food, to put him in the position, and rewarding him when he gets in position. As long as you have the aspect of understanding that you have to say the word first, pause, then move, you'll be good to go. But what happens when your dog looks at the food that you have as if it's asparagus or something? He's not food motivated. He doesn't want the food. He'd rather go sniff and do other things. You're going to have to be able to train somehow, even though your dog doesn't want to eat. So this is where we get into option number 2, leash pressure. All right. So your dog doesn't like any of the food you got, and he's not motivated. So you got your wit's end.
Do it! Just do it!
So we'll go right into step 2, or option 2 of teaching sit. There's not one specific or correct way to teach a command as long as it's fair and clear to the dog. So your dog doesn't like food, he's not very motivated, and doesn't really listen to sit. So here's what we do. This is leash pressure. What I mean by leash pressure is I can actually make dogs go into different positions with just a leash. Usually, if I pull lightly up on a leash, the dog will sit. You know what I mean? So you can use that with dogs who aren't necessarily food driven, motivated by anything you got, but you still want to train and teach a command. You don't have to have food to teach a dog something. Matter of fact, you want to teach your dog sit both ways to understand leash pressure and to understand food luring. All right? So this is like a wonderful way to also build reliability and accountability with your dog. So again, same rules apply. If you want to teach a word to a dog, you have to say the word first, then the action that follows, which shows your dog what you're saying. In this case, it's leash pressure. In this case, he's a brand new dog. This is day 1 with us, so he really knows nothing. So this is a wonderful opportunity to start teaching the command in real time. So I'll show you what I mean. This would be wrong if I say sit and I pull the leash at the same time. Sit. That's wrong. What you want to do instead is you want to give me 2 Mississippis. Mental note. Here would be the right way. I'm going to say bear sit. 1, 2. Then I'm going to use the leash. Here's the important part about pressure though. With leash pressure, you want to teach your dog how to turn it off. Meaning, if I pull the leash, it's going to make the collar tight around the neck. The dog wants that to shut off. So the moment the dog hits the ground, the moment the butt hits the ground, the leash is going to shut off. Only difference is because he's not food motivated, I'm not going to use yes, which is a reward marker, which means I'm giving the dog food. Instead, I'm going to use a release word, break, which means you're free from the position. So I'm going to teach the dog sit with leash pressure and release him. So I'm going to go bear sit, 1, 2. I apply leash pressure, boom. As soon as the dog sits, the leash pressure turns off, and then I go break. Woo, good boy. Good job, buddy. Bear, come here, you big boy. Come here, big boy. Oh my goodness, hi. He's a happy guy. He's a cool dog. So again, let's do that again. Sit, 1, 2, leash pressure. Boom. Break, yeah. So again, the leash has to stay on, meaning the leash is tight until the dog sits. Once the dog sits, you release the pressure, then you release the dog with your release word. So again, bear, sit, 1, 2. Oh, he's already picking up. He's a smart dog. Very wonderful. Break. Sit. Boom. Break. Yeah, good boy. Good job, buddy. Bear. Now in this case too, he's a little distracted by the grass. It doesn't matter, but you don't want to teach this stuff in like a very difficult environment around a bunch of squirrels, dogs, people. You want to start in an easy environment where it's easy for the dog to kind of pick up and focus. He's a little distracted, but it's okay. Your dog does not need to be looking at you for you to tell him to sit. I see a lot of people, they're like, bear, bear, hey, bear, bear. And then once the dog's looking at them, then they teach. Instead, I'm just gonna say the word and do the same thing. Sit, 1, 2, pressure. Boom, as soon as he sits, the pressure's off. Break, good boy. So that's pretty much the 2 methods to teach sit. Food luring, putting the dog in position by having them follow food in your hand, and also leash pressure, saying the command and then using the leash, making it tight until the dog sits, then the leash gets loose, teaching the dog how to turn off the pressure around the neck. But now, what happens when you tell your dog to sit and they sit and immediately they get up and they want to go run around? Instead of teaching a stay command, I teach implied stay. What that means is that when I say sit, it literally means sit until I release you. But you have to teach it to dogs. You can't just assume that you say sit and they're going to understand. You have to let them make mistakes so they can learn from the mistakes. So now that we've started teaching the command, we're going to start teaching the stay. So there's no need to say stay to your dog. Just say sit and I'll show you how to do it. So in this case, I'm going to say bear, sit. Cool. Have your dog, by the way, on like a 10, 15 foot leash so you can have a little bit of space. But here's the thing. There's going to be distractions in the environment that causes a dog to want to get up. Simple distraction in the beginning, when you're introducing the stay portion, is simply you just walking away from the dog. That's going to be enough to get the dog to get up. The moment the dog gets up, I have a marker that predicts leash pressure. I say, So if I tell my dog to sit, the moment they get up, I say, I walk to the dog and I go right back to the leash and put them right back in sit where they were sitting. This does not mean the dog's in trouble. This is not a punishment. This is just saying, hey, you made a mistake and I'm going to show you what the right thing to do is. Imagine you have a toddler. They go to walk into the street. You're going to be like, You're going to grab their hand. You're going to pull them out of the street. You're not going to punch them in the face. You're not going to pick them up and throw them. You're just gonna be like, hey dude, like get out of the street. You know what I mean? Same with our dogs. You have to embrace mistakes and you have to let the dog make mistakes for the dog to learn. Just like humans, we learn from our mistakes. So you're not gonna apply any punishment, any corrections. You're simply teaching the dog what you want. So again, let's do it. So I'm gonna say bear, sit, pressure, boom. Now that he sits, The moment he gets up, I say, and I go right back on the pressure. Once the dog sits again, pressure is released. I take like 1 or 2 steps away. Moment the dog gets up, I say, and immediately I apply the pressure. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing until the dog gets it right. So in this case, I want to take 2 steps or even 1 step away from the dog and the dog stays before I release him. Don't try to expect too much in the beginning. If you can't get 2 steps from your dog, don't even try to get 10 steps. Start with 2, then 3, then 4, and different variables. Like maybe the dog's sitting and I throw a toy. Different variables, different distractions, different durations. So again, he's in a sit, I walk away. Moment he gets up, I say, pressure's on, pressure's off when he sits. I do it again, I walk away. If he stays, I walk back to him, I say break, then I show him that he's released. And you want to repeat that process with a lot of repetitions and over time make it more difficult. So the next time I'm gonna try to get 2 steps away, then 3, then 4. You slowly increase the difficulty as the dog can handle it. So I'm gonna say sit, then I do the leash pressure, he sits, boom, leash pressure turns off. I go to walk away. He gets up, I say pressure's still on. Now it's off. No need to say sit again. You say turn on the pressure, wait for the dog to sit, you turn it off. No need for the word stay. I walk away. If your dog stays, walk back to him, say break, release him and praise him. Good boy, let him run around. And in this case, the reward is you get to go back into freedom, go be a dog. When I say break to a dog, I'm simply saying you're free to go do whatever you want to do within means. Like don't go burn down houses, or rob banks. Bear, come here. So let's do it again. Bear, sit, pressure, turns off. And mind you, you're not using super aggressive pressure. It's very light. It's very light on the dog. You're not going bam, like Good boy. And it's okay to praise your dog when they do well as too. Let them know like he's doing a good job. If I wasn't teaching, there'd be a lot more praise, but I'm kind of talking to you. So again, I take a couple steps away. He gets up, I say leash pressure. And then I do it again. Whenever your dog gets up, you always want to reset and do what you were doing and do that over and over until your dog gets it right. So in this case, let's say I have a ball and I tell my dog to sit. If I throw the ball and he gets up, I go put him back in a sit. I throw the ball, he gets up, same thing. I throw the ball, he stays, I release him, let him either get the ball or I just release him and let him be a dog. So I'm gonna do it again. I walk a couple steps away, leash pressure still on until the dog sits. And then I reset, I do it again. Take a couple steps away, he stays, I go back, break, woo, good boy, good job. All right, guys, so, my bad. So, guys, what's really important here is that you have to be a clear communicator to your dog. Don't just tell your dog, show your dog. Your dog doesn't understand English, okay? Doesn't matter how many times you say sit if your dog doesn't know the command. It's our jobs as owners to teach our dogs and show our dogs the words that we're saying. So don't talk a whole bunch when you're doing it. Don't repeat commands like sit, sit, sit. Just show your dog what to do, whether it's food luring or leash pressure. And then when you're teaching the stay, meaning you say sit and your dog is supposed to sit there till you release them, don't start expecting too much. Don't try to go a whole bunch of feet away if your dog cannot stay when you take 2 steps away. You're going to have a dog that just fails and fails and fails, and then it's not going to be fun for the dog. Slowly increase the difficulty as your dog starts to understand the command. Over time, you'll add different distractions, you'll add different distances, and you'll add different durations. Distraction is anything going on in the environment around the dog that causes the dog to get excited enough to break the command. Distance is how far you can get from the dog before he breaks the command. And duration is how long your dog can sit in the command before he wants to get up and break it. If you utilize these 3 aspects, you'll have a wonderful dog. It builds reliability. Now, another common mistake is do not say the word and move at the same time. So don't say sit and pull the leash at the same time. Or if you're food luring, don't say sit and lift your hands up at the same time. Instead, say the word first, pause, and then show your dog. That's the most important part, guys. Honestly, if you want to be like a dog whisperer, you want to speak the language of dogs like me, you have to understand these concepts. I don't know where to go. Next part. That's a good boy. That's a good man. Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. What's up? I guess you want an outro, right? Fancy B-roll. I don't really have much of an outro, guys. So with this, hope you guys become wonderful communicators to your dogs. Peace. Oh. 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 Happy boy. He's a happy boy.